what you discovered, because the sexual abuse happens in the physical body, in all bodies, but there is a link in the physical body pretty strong. At least in my experience, was the most outside or visible result that I had different resistance with my physical body. I did not want people to hug me, or I did not want to be present in my physical body. So one of my survival strategies became dissociation and not be here really. I for a long time I did not wanted to look at my physical body, or like even my hand or at the mirror. And I don't know how connected it is with sexual abuse experience. I have the story or the theory that the physical body is that I cut connection with. And I wonder what you have in that direction of what you notice in your discoveries about that part of the sexual abuse and the physical body.
Yes, I think it lands how you describe that for me, that lands. And I had a similar experience for a long time with my body, as if I would see my physical body like transparent, as if I would expect the whole time that this body has to work. So almost say work. So with a it worked. This body worked my whole life. I have a healthy body, and I'm glad about that. But I always had the expectation that this body should just do its work, and there was no love for this body from my heart, from other bodies, so. When I looked at my body, it was like I didn't want to be in contact with it. There was always a distance. Or what I would see was like transparent, so that I did not really see it. And I think what I don't know if this is true. I want to say what I lost was something like the trust in my physical body. When it comes to sexuality, that my body is reacting appropriate and healthy. I never had that trust. I always thought, I was always sure that my body, that the reaction of my body is not okay in sexuality. That it's not normal, it's not okay, it's not what the man wants, it's not what anybody wants. I always had the sense that I have to hide that, or I have to pretend that it's not like it is, or I have to play a game. And that's what I did. I played a game, I played a show. And when you are in a normal as adult, when you are adult and you are in a relationship and you have sex with your partner, and it comes that your partner is stimulating your sexual organs, then this sexual energy arises, and then this is wired with one adult. They both want that. They both adult. They are stimulating each other, or one is stimulating the other, and then there is sexual energy rising up. When you are a baby or a child, and somebody and an adult is stimulating your sexual organs, then it's also happening that the sexual energy is rising up. But then this is wired like under a situation of violence, where you cannot decide, where you cannot say yes. Your sexual organs are stimulated and the sexual energy is rising. And this is like wrong wired then, because this is the violence. This is a part of the violence, that the stimulation of the organs happens even though you don't say yes, even though you are not adult, even though you don't want that, even though you can you cannot decide if you want it or not, because it's violence, and that leads to this that this is wired like that. And even when you grow up, this is still wired like that, that sexual energy can rise up even when you don't say yes and when you don't want it. And this goes on in your life. And this is a big part of the violence. This is, and I would say, this is the thing that women don't speak about. This is something that women don't speak about because, and even the therapists don't speak about it with the women because it is so shameful. It is so shameful for the women that they get stimulated, that the sexual energy is coming up when something like that has happened, violence, sexual violence, and the sexual energy is rising up. And this is really the unspeakable thing. This is why I'm so angry, because nobody speaks about that. And I had some women in my healing processes that were so confused when they went in the situation in the healing process. They went in the situation, navigated with their emotions into that situation where the violence happened, and they felt that again. They felt that the sexual energy was rising up, and they were so confused. And I think this would even be a situation where a woman would kill herself. And many women after the wars, after World War II, for example, where the women had to work in the concentration camps and had to work like prostitutes, and there was so much shame because the men said, this is easy for you to do this work. You just have to spread your legs. So this is what a woman is for. And the women had so much shame after the war that they killed themselves. They could not speak about that because men, even in the 20th century, men still have this stupid bullshit fucking sentence about what a woman's body is for. And this is what I think the violence is about, that it's not about the body, it's also about this is like this is fucked for the rest of the life of women. This can be a result that this is fucked forever in this woman's life. I'm really angry about the more I find out about that, the more I'm angry about that. And I even don't know how I can speak with women about that. I can speak with them when I'm in a process with them. I can say, okay, you had no chance. Your body reacted. But when I sit on a table with them, drinking coffee and speaking about sexual violence, this is so heavy to speak about that because the women cannot look at this point. Because there is so much shame. What do you think about that?
I'm mainly feeling right now, I'm feeling sad and angry. I will let my sadness speak because it's bigger right now. Um I feel sad because for so long I thought that I was wrong. And I think this is the main sentence that always came to me when I connect with that situation. I did it wrong. And I think it's the shame of like I did it wrong. I did something wrong. And I feel sad about the lost. It's like that I lost something. And I've been doing experiments and exploring, and I feel fear if it is recoverable. Like I don't know if I can recover that innocence or that like peace that I don't need to do anything to fix it, to make it not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that. Yeah.
and the sensation that my body's wrong. My body's wrong for doing it what does. And now I can see how I do the separation. Like I need to separate to survive, to get alive, because my body's wrong.
Mhm.
And then I feel so angry. I feel so angry that that there is a part in me that wants to discover. Like I have so much curiosity and 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 try to discover about my physical body and about pleasure and about touch and about sexuality and about what is like what is possible in that realm. And I feel so angry that because of this connection that this is wrong, the possibility of a paradise on earth were stolen from me.
Mhm.
It's how it feels like that there's something in this realm about my physical body and making love that were stolen in that kind of wiring, that this what I'm feeling here right now, that pleasure in eating. And I don't even speak only about sex of making love. I mean like the pleasure
Yeah.
of tasting the food, or the pleasure of a massage of a friend, or the pleasure of walking my feet on the grass and feeling the grass on my feet, or touching a flower, or any kind of pleasure. It 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 get cut out. It get stolen, take it out.
Mhm.
And I feel so angry that it's normalized, like that. ah that this is not spoken about, so there is not a doorway to even have put the words. I never did that connection before of why. And then I feel sad again because I did not have the words for it. Or and I can see that ah
Yes. Yeah. You see, I'm glad that you feel that all, that you can feel that all, because I think so many women cannot. They are not even at that point where they could feel that. They are far away from knowing that it is possible to feel like that. They think, I don't know what they think, maybe they think this is over or so. But the feelings are they are all inside, and that's why I want to do the work talks. That's why I want to speak with women. That's why I want to be that door that women can see. It is possible to speak about that. It is possible to feel that. It is possible to feel that pain also. That fucking pain that we don't want to feel. It is possible to survive, to feel that pain and to survive that pain and to go through. And I want women to see that there is an end of that pain. That this is not a big lake where they drown and where they die in this pain, so that they see it is possible to go through and to walk out of that lake again. And what really drives me is my anger and my love for those women, and there are so many. I read in a book, two-third of the women have experience with the sexual abuse, and I think it's maybe even more. So almost every woman has experienced that. And there are not so many offers in the world where women can feel that. And the first step is that they feel that they speak about that and then go into the feeling, because it doesn't help when they only speak about that. It's like speaking about the weather. That doesn't help. You really have to go out and stand in the rain and get wet, and really get wet and get cold, and then later you can go inside and sit at the fire. But first you have to go out there in that feelings and feel that all. And that's what drives me. That's what I want to do that work talk with you. And when I hear myself speak, I hear that there is a lot of anger, and I am afraid that women think this Ricarda is a very angry woman and she hates men. And this is not true. I don't hate men. But I'm fucking angry about what's going on with sexual violence. I'm really angry about that. And I want to be a space for that.
What is scary about feeling while speaking about sexual abuse? One of the fears is that you will drown there. The fear that if you feel you will create more of it, that you create more, even more pain that you already feel it, or
Yes.
that you will stay there forever because it feels so painful, like physically painful in the heart when you start feeling it, like opening relaxing the body to the feeling to start flowing. That is a huge fear, and the fear is one of the doorways to start being a yes to enter the lake, to get wet. And the fear that this will be forever, the fear that you will not get your freedom again, or your freedom of movement and your allowance to be in this physical body that you're given, that it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And in my own experience, it's I again and again go through this fear, even now in this call, when the sadness starts rising and the anger starts rising. And it's like when I start surfing in that fear, life starts coming back to me in that specific realm of my inner landscape, in my inner world, and I come closer. So the why I'm turned on about working, holding space for feelings work with women is that this is your right to come back to your physical body, to come back home. This is the ride or the car that can bring you back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lie that if you feel it, you will drown. In
Yes.
reality, this is not what I experienced. This is not true. When you feel, it flows. And
Yeah.
understanding, I speak this mainly to women that is beginning the path of learning to feel, understanding that in the mental body is really different than experiencing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And it's like you build your house beside the lake. You're living in that house and you're looking out of the window and you see that lake every day. And every day you are afraid of that lake. But you have built your house is there, you live there. It's in front of your door. And the fear of dying in that pain. And I'm sad because there probably are many women who will not be able to go there. And I'm also sure that many women get sick because they cannot let that feeling out. And then maybe they rather die before speaking about that.
I feel fear about speaking about that because it feels steps afterwards in this beginning of healing. It's really the place where I'm turned on about, that is taking back that authority in sexuality, like taking back this. And when I say sexuality, I even want to invent another name because it's about this yes for the pleasure of life or the joy of life. And I also don't have so many words yet for put it on it, but this is what drives me, and also researching that like beyond the lake there is a whole landscape to touch and to explore, and there's waterfalls to let be washed, and there are trees to climb, and there are even other houses to build, and there are along, like on side of the house and the lake, there's a whole universe to taste it and to touch and to explore. And in the healing of the sexual abuse, I see the potential of cultivating that whole landscape, and I feel scared of how does that go along with diving into the lake, as it is not a linear path. The healing is not a linear path and it's unique for each woman. Finding your pace, or finding your next experience and next doorway into incarnating your physical body again.
I love that picture with the landscape. And I love that you say that it's not a linear way. It's not so that you jump in and you dive deep, and then you are suddenly in that beautiful landscape. That it's not like that. This would be linear, and it's not linear. And what I want to tell you is you are the one. You are the one. I didn't know that, but you are the one who knows that this landscape is there. You are the one. Many men don't know that. That's what many women don't know. And I also did not know. I thought it is about swimming through and going out of the lake on the other side. And you say you have to dive deep, very deep, and go non-linear, and then you find something else. And I really get goosebumps. Wow, I want to know what that is. I want to find that out. I want to find that landscape with you. Thank you.
I also have goosebumps. Yeah. Wow, yes. It is an adventure.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Ricarda. I feel complete.
Thank you, Gabriela. Yes. Thank you also.